Hello, my name is Harrison Watson. We're back for the second segment. We have with us Nandi Pacheco, founder of the Gunless Society, or the Gunless Issues, and together the founder of the Ang Kapatiran Party. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not a party list group. It's a formidable political party. And with us, we also have the Secretary General of the Ang Kapatiran Party. We have Norman Cabrera. Gentlemen, let's finish up on the gun issue, the gun control, before we move on to the other two subjects that we put on the topic line. Kulang pa ba ang batas natin sa implementasyon sa regulation on gun control right now? O enough na yun?
Yeah, go ahead.
Kulang.
Kulang na kulang.
Because we want a bill passed yung regulating the carry of firearms in public places. Kasi mayroong the law allows permit to carry.
May permit to carry.
May permit to carry.
Pag negosyante ka, marami kang pera
Marami
dala.
ako yan. Bigay ng bigay dyan. O doon nangyayari. Plus, marami pang mga unlicensed firearms na nakakalat.
Unlicensed.
Oo.
Pero anong gagawin natin sa mga gaya niyan, mga rebels, mga nasa bundok, mga...
Gobyerno ang bahala dyan.
Dapat.
The government, hindi
So
taong
don't
bayan.
take the power into your hands or the issues to your hands.
Importante dito is it's the government's responsibility to protect the citizens from harm and crime.
Don't take it upon yourself, lang.
Sila bahala on. Kaya yun ang ating hinihingi. How can you guarantee our safety? How can you protect the unarmed
Correct.
from guns? Kasi guns, we have to face the truth about the gun. A gun is made not to prolong life.
To kill.
It's to kill. Even the U.S. Stars and Stripes,
Yes.
a publication of the Armed Forces of the United States, in its editorial viewpoint, some decades ago,
Diretso, gun is made to kill.
10 functions of a gun. To kill, and the 10th, to kill more.
To kill.
Ano ba
Nandi,
yun?
is there such a thing as responsible gun ownership?
You're responsible until you...
Where is the Kapatiran Party? What is our stand and what are we doing about it when it comes to the gun control? Norman?
Well, actually, let's speak specifically about this legislation that Ang Kapatiran is pushing on gun control. No? This is really a very simple step, which is to prohibit the carrying of firearms in public places, except for the police and the military or personnel of security agencies, but only when they are in uniform and on duty.
And the gun is not concealed.
Yes.
It's exposed. Yes.
And to make the violation of that law, to make it a criminal offense.
You put teeth.
Yes, put teeth. No. So
Where is that bill of ours that we are proposing?
this is called the Citizen Protection Act, which was filed in Congress, no, in September of 2010.
September 21, 2010.
September 2010.
Nasaan na po yun? Languishing in Congress.
Languishing in Congress, and in fact, what they passed, what the Committee on Public Safety and Order approved, it seems to us, is a comprehensive gun control law, is a comprehensive firearms law that continues to issue permits to carry. No? Because essentially, this is about permits to carry. As a civilian, should you be given permits to carry? In the gun control bill that we are pushing, only policemen.
No permits to carry.
No
absolute,
permits to carry.
Absolute yan.
Absolute yan, no?
Absolute rule.
And to make it's the violation a criminal offense. So meron kaming tinitingnan ditong...
Who are the promoters there? Are legislators? They're the ones who want private people to carry guns? Or is it the business club? Or is it, who is the one who promotes that the private citizen should carry guns?
Well, politicians, no?
The gun lobby.
The gun lobby.
Pero maliit lang naman gun lobby natin. Smith & Wesson, ilan lang sila dito? Marami na ba tayo dito?
The politicians.
The
Politicians, essentially.
The politicians.
Ngayon, there are 5 things that that can be addressed by this gun control law. Number one, yung criminality. No? Why? Because ito namang itinutulak namin ay hindi naman bago dahil ito ginagawa naman natin to tuwing eleksyon, di ba? Merong gun ban. At tuwing
Dapat ituloy-tuloy na lang.
ituloy-tuloy na lang. Oo. At tuwing may gun ban, ang criminality bumababa, di ba? Okay. Number two, this should be able to help the police in peacekeeping. And even persons like us, kung may
Pero
makikita
di ba,
tayo.
problema natin yung mga pulis. But that's another issue. Sige,
That's
go ahead.
another issue,
Sige
di
po,
ba? Tapos number two, this should end private armies.
Yun, isa pa yun. Kaya
Isa
ayaw
pa
ng
yun.
politician.
Kaya ayaw
Kasi
ng politicians.
mga private army nila.
Okay. And number four, yung mga criminals committing halimbawa hold up, theft, all these things, and caught with the possession of firearms, kulong kaagad sila dahil criminal offense yung illegal possession eh. So or carnapping for instance, di ba? So they cannot bail, they cannot post bail, no? Habang dinidinig yung kaso nila because criminal offense yung illegal possession.
So as Nandi says, the 10 things promoted by the United States, no less the Stars and Stripes, some 5, 6, 8 years ago, is guns, kill, 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 and at the very end, kill more.
Kill more.
Let's go to the next topic because we have 2 more to tackle. Freedom of information. Nandi, where are we there? Di ba si President Pinoy,
I remember.
ano siya dyan eh, he promoted that, di ba? Gusto niya, kasi gusto niya malaman ginagawa ng PGMA. Bakit ngayon, now, inuupuan nila? Or maybe not. Maybe that's also not a fair statement because I know Erin Tanyada, Representative Tanyada, is the one pushing for the FOI, di ba? Non-stop. Nasaan ba sana ba ngayon yung freedom of information? And did Kapatiran not initiate the Freedom of Information Bill?
Well, right now, ang Kapatiran Party is the only national political party that as a party supports the passage of freedom of information. And we are the only national party, I believe, no? Which
That is
is a
supportive
member
of
of the
that.
Right to Know Right Now coalition,
Uh-uh.
which is a group of about 150 organizations pushing for the passage of this
Where
freedom of information.
Where is that bill now to begin with?
Okay.
Alam ko, pinag-uusapan na yan sa Kongreso.
Pinag-uusapan,
Isang Kongreso na. It missed the last one, di ba, by a couple of days.
Yes.
Where is it now? Ayaw ba ni Pinoy yan? Ayaw ng gobyerno nito?
Yun ang hindi natin maintindihan sa stand ni Pinoy. No? Although sinasabi niya kung walang korap, walang mahirap, kung
Hindi niya ginagawang
saka yung
priority.
matuwid na daan.
Hindi niya ginagawang
Mukhang
priority.
hindi niya ginagawang
FOI.
priority dahil tatamaan siguro yung administration niya pag binuksan niya yung gobyerno during his term. No? Hindi natin, yan ang isang mga haka-haka.
Ang Amerika ba may FOI, Freedom of Information?
Yes.
Meron, ano?
Meron.
Pwedeng tanongin mga media, anong saan mo ginagastos to? Saan yan? Meron sila, no? Pero dito, ayaw talaga ilabas ng mga politiko.
I
Yes.
remember very distinctly, during the campaign, Pinoy was very, very vocal about
That's what I remember.
supporting this freedom.
Yeah, he was. Di ba? Kasi kiniinisan niya
Kasi marami tayong gusto
Malaman,
from GMA.
from GMA. But
Ay,
now that
bigay
he's
naman.
on top,
Yun na nga.
iba na ang
Kaya,
kanta niya.
Nakalulungkot.
Nakalulungkot.
Itong mga pangyayari ito.
Unfortunately now there's a chance that this may not be passed again in the 15th Congress if and when the chairman of the Committee on Public Information, si Congressman Ben Ebardone, no, will take his time, not hear the bill, and procrastinate.
You know,
Make it languish within the committee, and not put it forward before the plenary. That is what's going to happen. Unless, that's why the advocates have been telling or asking the President to please make mention of this Freedom of Information bill in your SONA. No? But unfortunately,
hindi niya
in the
pinasok.
past,
Saka hindi priority bill eh. If you notice, hindi niya
That's what we cannot
prioritize yan for
understand.
this Congress. I'd like to inject, ladies and gentlemen, there is something that is very peculiar about government. I'm talking about the judiciary, not necessarily legislation, but yes, they are guilty, but definitely the executive, and especially, basta the leaders of the country. It's called indecision. When you come up and you promote ideas to improve anything, a law or whatnot, or to come up with a business proposal, alam mo, for some reason, it's become part of our terrible culture that decisions are not made. And then, the strategy of what is called the deafening silence. That is the strategy. Magtanong ka, ano tingin mo, mangyayari dito? It's like our courts. The judges cannot decide. Now, I can understand when it comes to the executive group because it's called CYA, cover your ass. Or simply because there is a lack of competence to actually take a stand because they don't maybe understand the issues. But what makes it so much more frustrating is when they answer you with a deafening silence. And you wait 1 year, 10 years, 20 years. We don't deserve this. It's either yes or no at panindigan mo. Anyway, I had to insert that, gentlemen. Let's go to the last issue, dynasty. The viewers know we're totally against it. How are we going to correct a dynasty issue? Don't we have a initiative that you promoted, that Kapatiran has promoted, that is quite innovative, without having to seek a congressman? Because I don't see a congressman that will allow this in the lower house, much less going to the Senate. Kasi lahat sila magkakapatid, di ba? Magkaasawa, magkaanak.
Alam mo, kaya talaga kinakailangan ang taong bayan na magkakasama-sama dapat talaga. Ever since that Constitution was approved, para panuloko ng panuloko sa taong bayan.
Pero bakit ang taong bayan nagboboto naman sa kanila?
Eh, yun nga, precisely. We are supposed to be intellectual, educated. Pero ang problema dyan, hindi yung mga mamang talaga. Yung mga supposed to be educated.
Bakit ganun sila bumoboto? Alam naman nila. Alam mo ako.
Nakikilabang sila.
Sige.
Yun ang nangyayari dito. Alam tayo pa rin na ginagawa, kundi pagka something is wrong, you blame it on the poor. Walang alam yan. Kaya nabibili yan, nabibili. Pero sino namimili?
Sila.
Sila, yung mga mayayamang yan. Kaya I tell you, nakakaiyak itong ating sitwasyon.
So, 4 na issue yan. And these 4 issues, the masses are disappointing us. Am I right? The majority is disappointing us because they're not doing anything. And this is the worst situation. The dynasty. I read a report from the Makati Business Club done in 2004. And they condemn no less the president and his family with 8 other members or 10 other members of the Cojuangco clan alone running in Congress or running for positions in government. Now, what do we do about these dynasties? Is there still hope in this? Well, in the Senado, we have sister-brother. We had mother-son. Soon we will have brother-half-brother. Di ba? In the local governments, my gosh, after the father takes over, the son takes over. And then, balik na naman. As if they own the municipality or the city.
Meron na naman. Umpisa na naman. O si Bam.
Oo, pasok na naman. Bamakina.
2013. Senador. O, tapos na naman nun.
Pero alam mo, sinasagot ng mga ano natin, mambabatas natin, kung yan ang gusto ng taong bayan.
I tell you.
Ano nga solusyon dyan? What do we do? Didn't we come up with an issue with the COMELEC? An initiative to get 10% signatures?
The only thing to invoke is what the Constitution says. No?
Yes,
the state will guarantee.
Article 2, Section 26, no political dynasties.
No political dynasty.
Simple. Maliwanag ang letra.
Maliwanag.
Pero for some reason, ayaw ma-implement at walang implementing or guidelines to the law.
To the law. And since 1987, up to the present, which is about 25 years past.
Pero bakit pinapayagan ng taong bayan? Bakit pa rin binoboto? Alam na nila magkapatid, ina yan, mag-ama yan. Bakit binoboto pa rin?
Dahil sa eleksyon naman natin, hindi naman nagiging issue yung mga ganyang issue.
Ano nagiging issue kung lumalabas siya sa Itbulaga?
Ang nagiging
So,
issue...
ibig sabihin, imasa natin na boboto, bobo. Kasi sinasabi ng mga politiko, what I hear on radio and I read on print, magagaling na raw yung mga Pilipino bumoto eh. So, nagpapalaki lang sila ng ulo, nang bibilog lang.
Hindi totoo yan dahil
But you hear them, di ba, saying, the Filipino is no longer a stupid voter. They already know how to vote. They're sensitive. Don't you hear that all the time? I hear that all the time, you know, on TV.
Consuelo de Bobo.
So nangongonsuelo de bobo lang sila.
Yung mga,
Nagsisinungaling lang lahat yan.
sinungaling lahat, I tell you.
But why do they vote relatives into power? Alam naman nila eh. Okay, I'll give you an example. Chavit Singson has been quite a popular politician in the last 30 to 40 years. He is quite prominent because also of his closeness or seeming closeness to pambansang kamao, di ba? Si Manny Pacquiao, he's always there, even when he's abroad. His son gets caught for drugs. He admits it. Okay, so he gets taken out of Congress. There's recall or there's a re-election in the same district. The younger brother takes over and wins without contestation. Is there something wrong here? Am I missing a point? Di ba? Is that not dynasty? Soon we might as well include the household help of the Simpsons to put them in power. Why not?
Alam mo, sa akin talaga ngayon, because it's a sin. It's against the law to take up arms against the government.
But if you listen...
The only thing that remains to be done, and we have to do it seriously, is pray.
But we
Pray.
can't, Nandi, we have to fight because the minute we let go, ang kawawa yung mga anak natin.
Yeah nga.
We have already, our fathers have already failed this government. The schools and even the church and all the leaders since the birth of the Republic. If we do nothing about it, we too will fail at our, we have to keep trying.
Ang mukha ng itong gun control, for the past 23 years,
Ganun pa rin.
we've been at it. The easiest for us to do is to quit. Why do we have to spend time out here and money, everything, resources, to promote this gun control bill?
But you're not quitting.
We are not quitting. We continue.
Yes, we will never quit. But
tell you, sir.
what do we do about this? Alam mo, I've heard, for example, going back to Chavit and his manager, magaling naman talagang governor yan eh. He manages the people quite, his social services are in order, he gives jobs, and this is what I hear. Mahusay siya talaga eh. Marunong. But the problem is, dynasty is against the law. Now, if the politicians believe that their people should vote them and that they should stay in power like a monarchy, di ba? We might as well call them blue blood. Then let's change the Constitution. Correct?
no, technically, dynasty is not yet against the law in this country until an implementing law is passed.
I know, but if I'm not mistaken, on Section 2 and Section 26, Article 2 of the Constitution, maliwanag sa akin yung words against political dynasty.
As may be defined
by
by law.
Congress. Yeah, but they have to define it because it's there. I don't know how you will define political dynasty. How else can you define it except mother, brother, sister?
Exactly.
Dalawa magsenador yan. They're now sitting there, magkapatid. Is that not the word dynasty? Unless dynasty means the TV show that came out in the 70s. Di ba? Sila Ewing. Di ba ganun yan?
Magkapatid, mag-ama, mag-asawa.
Pero bakit pinapayagan ng taong bayan? Baka naman, tama naman sila, tama ang taong bayan, at okay naman ilagay yung mga dinastiya.
Well, sa totoo lang, siguro, napakalaking porsyento ng taong bayan ang hindi alam na merong provision na konstitusyon na ganito.
Ibig sabihin, bobo ang masa?
Hindi nila alam. I mean, yung pagiging bobo,
I'm gonna run in-
pagiging mangmang, probably.
I'm
or
going to
hindi
run
alam.
in Muntinlupa, and only because I'm standing up as an alternative to the former senator because his son's running in Congress. But if one of them give up, maybe I should step aside. Because he's a competent man. The problem is dynasty eh. And if we allow dynasty, then come in the oligarchy, the play of fiefdoms, and the rule of the small against the majority for their interest and favor. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Exactly.
So, what is wrong sa mamamayan? Hindi naiintindihan? Bobo?
Napakalawak na ng karanasan natin sa mga political dynasties. No? Yung corruption,
Ay, ang
lahat.
dami.
Diba?
Ang dami.
At napapanahon lamang na siguro pigilan na natin to sa pamamagitan ng pagpapasa ng isang batas na ayon sa ating konstitusyon. Ano?
Pero ayaw ng congressman yan because why would they vote against themselves? It's like saying, okay, Supreme Court, 15 kayo. Get together, associate justices. Now, fire the Chief Justice.
In fact, sa...
Diba? You're not gonna do it.
In fact, sa nakaraang... tama ka dyan, Harry. In fact, sa nakaraang 25 years, siguro there's been a total of 21 draft bills on anti-dynasty law that was filed in Congress, no? Pero none of this prospered, no?
Of course.
Precisely because the politicians would not want to kill themselves or
So how do we fight a law that is erroneous, incorrect, that is already there, but the practice is against it? Are we up against a monster na hindi na natin kaya?
Alam mo, there is some consolation I derive from this Latin maxim, legal maxim. Ubi ius, ibi remedium. For every wrong, there is a remedy.
What would be the remedy?
Yun na,
here?
precisely,
Miss Ross?
inintay ko. Yun ang ating ipanalangin. Ay, yung remedy. Because there must be a solution. There is a remedy. Kasi tao gumigawa nito eh. I believe that someday, God will tell us, ito ang remedyo. He will inspire us to do it. He will inspire everybody. We are being united and really fighting all these rascals. Pero kinakailangan talaga lang, we should do it with clean hands. Malinis din yung ating puso. Na wala tayong masamang hangarin if we get there. Darating yan. In other words, huwag mo tayo mawawala ng pag-asa.
Pray.
Pray and pray and pray and work hard and work hard.
On that point, Harry, we have to praise the wisdom of the crafters of our Constitution because
You're talking the 87 Constitution?
87
That's a revolutionary Constitution.
87 Constitution.
I mean, revolutionary government, yeah.
Because they must have foreseen, no, events like this, yung hindi gagawin yung tungkulin ng mga mambabatas natin na dapat nilang gawin, ano. That's why doon sa 1987 Constitution natin, gumawa sila ng provision na kung saan hindi lang Kongreso ang may kapangyarihang gumawa ng batas, ngunit under certain circumstances, ang taong bayan, no, ay maaaring magpasa ng batas, no, sa pamamagitan ng tinatawag na initiative o referendum, no. Kaya bumalik tayo sa punto ng dynasty. Ano gagawin natin kung ayaw ipasa ito ng mga mambabatas natin?
So we have to go through that initiative.
We have to go
When
through
are we
that
doing it,
initiative.
Norman? You've already started it, right? The initiative. To force the COMELEC not to accept the registration of these dynastic families. Dynasty families.
Yes.
We're going to start this. We will need the signature of the masses, di ba?
Yeah, we will need
10% of every voting population, is
of
that
every
correct?
legislative district.
Every legislative,
10% of
10%.
total voters with at least
So 4 million votes.
each representative, each legislative district represented by a minimum of 3%.
Naku, malaking trabaho, but maybe it could be done. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to close. We have to close the show. We're top of the hour. 30-second exit message, Nandi. Message mo
Well,
lang. Short
ang aking
message.
panalangin huwag tayong mawala ng loob, ng lakas ng loob. Pagpatuloy natin itong laban. Because God, in His own way, in His own sweet time, sigurado ibibigay sa atin ng solusyon.
Norman Cabrera.
Parating na naman po ang 2013 elections. Siguro kailangang mas maging bukas ang ating isipan, maging bukas ang ating kaalaman, maging mas malawak sa mga ating pagpipilian at dapat isaisip natin ang importansya ng malinaw na plataporma ng mga partido, ng mga tumatakbong kandidato compared, no, sa mga motherhood statements lamang. Sinabi nga ni Pinoy noon, matuwid na daan. Sinabi niya kung walang korap, walang mahirap. Pero hindi pala niya ibig sabihin nito yung FOI bill ay dapat ipasa. Di ba? Sinasabi niyang responsible parenthood, no? Pero hindi pala niya ibig sabihin na yung RH bill ay dapat ipasa.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. We hope you enjoy it. So very quickly, that is anti-RH bill. That is, let's pass and push the freedom of information. Let us control, regulate, and restrict, if not put in gun control as the bill. And finally, no to dynasty. I'm going to run specifically to put my money where my mouth is because I'm anti-dynasty as well. If there's no one running in your area, you should take it upon yourself to step up to the plate and stop the oligarchs from taking over. Maraming salamat po. Thank you very much.
You are what you watch. You are what you watch.